Fights are an unfortunate part of any relationship, but they don't have to be. If you know what to avoid, sometimes it can be possible to stay out of arguments entirely. So today, we're going to be counting down the 10 things you never knew could lead to fights in your marriage. Number 1. Board games. Board games are supposed to be fun, but they can quickly turn into a nightmare if you get too competitive. Whether it's Monopoly, Scrabble, or Risk, the stakes are high and the competition can bring out the worst in some people. If you're going to play, keep it lighthearted. If you're not, then don't get sucked into your partner's competitive streak. No. 2. The kids. It's common for parents to argue about how to discipline their children. This can lead to fights if you're not careful. If you're going to discuss this topic with your partner, it's important to be respectful and empathetic towards each other's point of view. Remember that you're on the same team and that your goal is to raise happy, healthy kids together. No. 3. Money. Money is one of the leading causes of arguments between couples. This is because money represents more than just currency. It symbolizes control, power, and security. When one partner feels like they have more money than the other, it can create an imbalance in the relationship that leads to tension. To avoid fighting over money, it's important to have open and honest conversations with your partner about your financial situation. It's also important to create a budget and stick to it. Finally, don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. Many couples find that counseling can be beneficial in working through money-related problems. No. 4. Chores. Chores are another common source of arguments between married couples. This is because chores often become a symbol of who is more committed to the relationship. When one partner feels like they're doing more work around the house, it can create resentment that leads to arguments. The best way to avoid fighting over chores is to have a clear division of labor. Make sure that both partners feel like they're contributing equally to the household. It's also important to be flexible and willing to help out when needed. Finally, don't let resentment build up. If you're feeling overwhelmed by the amount of work you're doing around the house, talk to your partner about it. No. 5. In-laws. In-laws can be a great source of support for a new couple, but they can also be a major source of conflict. If you're going to have a good relationship with your in-laws, it's important to set boundaries from the start. This means being clear about what you are and are not comfortable with. For example, if you don't want your mother-in-law criticizing your parenting, make that clear to her. It's also important to be respectful and considerate of their feelings. Keep in mind that they're probably just looking out for their child and want what's best for them. No. 6. Differing love languages. One of the most common reasons that couples fight is because they have different love languages. This means that they feel loved and appreciated in different ways. For example, one partner may feel loved when they receive physical affection, while the other partner may feel loved when they receive words of affirmation. If you're not meeting your partner's needs in your own love language, they will likely feel unloved and neglected, which can lead to arguments. The best way to avoid fighting over this issue is to learn your partner's love language and speak to them in that language. This doesn't mean that you have to change your own love language. You can still show affection in the ways that you feel most comfortable. But it is important to make an effort to understand how your partner feels loved. No. 7. Differing sex drives. Another common source of conflict between married couples is differing sex drives. This can be a touchy subject, but it's important to remember that there is no right or wrong amount of sex. What matters is that both partners are happy with the amount of sex that they're having. If one partner feels like they're not having enough sex, it can lead to resentment and arguments. The best way to avoid fighting over this issue is to have an honest conversation with your partner about your needs. Be respectful and understanding of their point of view. And be willing to compromise. No. 8. Differing parenting styles. If both partners have different parenting styles, it can cause a lot of conflict, especially when it comes to raising children. This is because each parent has their own beliefs about what is right and wrong, and they may try to impose their beliefs on their children. This can create tension and arguments between the parents. The best way to avoid fighting over this issue is to have an honest conversation with your partner about your parenting styles. Try to find common ground and be willing to compromise. Remember that you're on the same team and that your goal is to raise happy, healthy kids together. No. 9. Communication styles. The way you communicate with your partner can either make or break your marriage. If you're constantly fighting, it's likely that your communication style is to blame. This is because the way you communicate with others is based on your personality type and communication style. There are four main personality types: analytical, driver, expressive, and agreeable. Each of these types has a different way of communicating, and it is important to be aware of your own type as well as the types of your partner and other people in your life. Once you know your personality type, you can learn how to communicate with others in a way that is more likely to lead to positive outcomes. Number 10. Unresolved issues from the past. If you and your partner have unresolved issues from your past, it's likely that they will resurface at some point in your marriage. This is because unresolved issues create emotional baggage that you carry with you into all of your relationships. When you are not honest about your past or do and fully understand why you act the way you do, it can create a lot of conflict in your marriage. The best way to avoid fighting over your past is to deal with it head-on. This means being honest with your partner about your feelings and working through your issues with the help of a therapist. It is also important to forgive yourself and move on from any mistakes you've made in the past. We hope that this video has helped you identify some of the things that may be causing conflict in your marriage. By avoiding these things, you can create a more positive and loving relationship. Thanks for watching.